Your coworker, your colleague, your neighbor, your friend could have someone who's currently incarcerated, and we're not okay. Like many Americans, my family was personally impacted by the criminal legal system. When I was 9 years old, the first time I remember my brother being involved in the criminal legal system. He is a veteran of the United States Air Force who was diagnosed with PTSD and bipolar disorder. He began self-medicating with narcotics and developed an addiction. Because of that mental illness and addiction, he spent most of my life in and out of the criminal legal system. And even at the age of 9, I knew that that was wrong. I knew it was wrong that someone who was mentally ill and addicted would be incarcerated instead of rehabilitated. It was at that moment that I decided to dedicate my life to criminal justice reform. I believe the most important thing that I can do is change the culture of prosecution. We have a culture of prosecution that is focused on incarceration more than it is anything else. We have monetized the incarceration of people. In Florida, we spend $2.4 billion a year on our prison industry, and less than 3% of that goes towards programming to make individuals better when they return to society. When we dehumanize offenders and take them into the criminal legal system, not calling them by their name, but calling them defendant, not calling them by their name, but calling them inmate, not calling them by their names, but calling them by a number. But then when they are released back into our society, as so many of them are, within 3 to 5 years, we expect them to behave like human beings when we told them for so many years that they were not human. We have to focus on rehabilitation and treatment as an alternative to incarceration. And by doing that, we will decrease recidivism and increase public safety, building stronger and safer communities. You know, having a progressive elected official in any area benefits the community, but particularly as it relates to a state attorney or district attorney, it allows us to turn back the hands of time and undo the damage that's been done from failed criminal justice policies, from the war on drugs to mass incarceration. In this time, I don't have a familiar name. I don't have a familiar face, but I stand for a cause that we should all stand for. And my entire career shows that that is all I have ever done. And although now some of my opponents may say, yes, criminal justice reform because it's the hot topic to talk about, my entire career has been based on criminal justice reform. Visit my website at moniqueforstateattorney.com and get involved in my race, because we need numbers to reach the voters so that we can bring this election home and be successful and bring justice to our community.